your girl kick your ass. Aight.
Gotta get that first shot off before that bullet hit me.
Oh, man. What's up, Rashad? Hang with the Joneses, of course. Episode 4 review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So much stuff to talk about today. No kids here. No on vacation. Trying to let them get a little rest, but, they'll be back next week. Anyway, so much stuff happened in this. I got some of this stuff written down so I can just kind of stay on track here. Overall, though, episode was really good. They had to deviate a little bit from the plot line of the Mama Danya, because you can tell that she got sick, and there was a whole thing where early on they were going to have basically like almost a pandemic style disease in the show. This was pre-real life pandemic, but they cut that out because, made a little hit too close to home for the people. So you can kind of tell where they had to chop it up and kind of let that die. But anyway, name of the episode is The World is Watching. And if you recognize that, is also a callback from Black Panther. I believe Okoye tells him that when he tries to maybe kill Claw when they catch him in Singapore. So good callback. Also, get an episode, we see Bucky and Io, and Io is basically have been tasked with making sure that he had been fully deprogrammed, and we see he was grateful for that. So hence the what he said a few episodes back about having peace when he went to Wakanda, because that's basically what happened with that Wakanda did give him a sense of peace. Also, she called on the White Wolf. So, do all Wakandas call on the White Wolf? That's just kind of something to think about. Next, Zemo. Okay, so Zemo is definitely, as we are seeing by the end of the episode, playing Sam and Buck super hard. But what I want to focus on is how he's basically played them like the children. Buck and Sam had this conversation about his TC died, and she was appealing to the community, and Mama Danya has a kind of same parallel. So if she was a compelling community, of course there would have to be some sort of funeral or memorial service for her. And Zemo very masterfully says, "Hey, your TC will be proud of you," and then throws him some candy. So there's an affirmation, and then there's a reward for that. So that whole psychology of Zemo playing people to kind of get what he wants is on full stage there. Then we see him basically being the Pied Piper. I mean, he's literally has candy. There's kids, and he's singing a song. You know what I'm saying? The Baba Black Sheep have any wool. So he does that and basically creates empathy by saying, hey, my son used to like this candy before he died, which is a true thing, but still using the death of his children to manipulate the other kids for information. Then tells the kids, hey, them other two dudes I'm with, nah, don't trust them. They're bad. So I think that whole back and forth to me was really interesting. Also, the identity, or what some people want to call identity politics, comes into play here too. So Sam and Buck, they're trying to find Carly and Mama Danya in the the whole refugee camp in the building. And he runs into a guy. He says, "Hey, I see you guys are refugees here." He was like, "Nah, we don't have any place to take refuge from." He says, "We are internationally displaced persons." So framing themselves as not refugees, as just being displaced, is how they deal and handle themselves being basically a people without a country. So that was really interesting to see. Sam has to explain Carly's mission, and that's kind of what I took away from this episode. Sam, of course, being understand what it means and not have full resources, not having the ability to get the things that he needs and wants, plays the same parallel with the people who are there and what Carly's really trying to do. Unfortunately, Carly has taken very extreme, ways to go about that, but there is an understanding of what's going on, which Sam has very keen eye to see, and also to be able to explain that to Bucky. Sam calls another favor from our agent Sharon. So we see her calling in the favor. Yeah, I got some satellites. So, Sharon is really, she's connected. I'm trying to figure out who is connecting her, though. That's like the real kind of low-key mystery. They kind of played it just as a connect for this episode. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just to help them with the mission. But, like, she definitely has, I feel, a much broader sense of what was going on and just not really telling anybody. Because at the end of the episode, Sam tells Sharon to keep a tracker on Walker. Carly. Sam tries to talk some sense to her, and she says a very interesting line. She says, either you're brilliant or hopelessly optimistic. And I think that's kind of one of those qualities that New Cap does not have, because he's definitely the polar opposite, where he's trying to do everything by brute force, punch his way out of a fight, kicking through doors and being very abrasive. Even when they go to find Carla and they find her, and he's like pacing back and forth, just very, very insecure and impatient. And it kind of shows with his character and how he is just being very almost like erratic about his movement, and plays to the instability of him, which foreshadows later on when he actually takes the super soldier serum. But I'm gonna get to that in a second. This episode, I mean, they pretty laid it on pretty thick with the foreshadowing for him getting the serum. Zemo stays on mission, you know what I'm saying? Like, after Carly and Sam had a talk, Cap busts in, Carly feels betrayed, Carly runs away. Zemo, of course, he was handcuffed by Walker. Of course he gets out of that. He's Zemo. So Zemo sees his opportunity. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Zemo is always on mission. What he's trying to do? He's trying to kill all super soldiers. Shoots one, lets one off in Carly's midsection. She's stumbling, drops all the serum. Of course, she got the serum earlier from a grave. Gravesite. So drops all the serum. So instead of Zemo, emptying the clip on her, he does the smart thing and breaks as much serum as he can. One gets tucked away to the side. He doesn't see it. Fake Cap comes in, knocks him out. Fake Cap takes the last vial of serum. Next scene cuts to them back at the hotel, and they're having this whole back and forth about what should be done. Fake Cap and Battlestar pops in, and he's like, you under arrest. I'm about to do this my way. And, and they're like, fam, cool out, Shield. Like, Shield or no Shield, you don't run nothing here. and of course, New Cap, Fake Cap, tries to come back at him and say, hey, you want to make this a fair fight? I'll put down your shield. So even he is acknowledging that he doesn't really deserve the shield. Even if it's him being sarcastic about it, he doesn't deserve it. Dora Milaje pops in. And this is the part where Fake Cap doesn't understand that nobody cares about him. He said, you gonna have jurisdiction here. Io says, the Dora Milaje has jurisdiction wherever they find themselves. Such a good line. And they proceed to whip Fake Cap's behind. Something terrible. I mean, they beat the brakes off of Fake Cap. And the fact that they all fighting, and then, Sam and Buck in the back said, hey, Sam said, hey, Buck, you should do something. And he just yells out, doing good, John. Oh, man. So him and Battlestar getting whooped, and, and then they finally kind of try to intervene. Io literally undresses his vibranium arm off of Buck. I mean, it was like, floop, falls off. So that was hilarious. And Zemo being Zemo dips out. Real cool part though. One of them throws the spear, lodges John as well as his shield in the table. So he finally breaks himself free. He gets it out. The other one basically takes the shield from John Walker and holds it in her hand. Oh, it looks so good. It was so good. And the fact that he was just sitting there, got his behind beat by 2-3 black women, and they ain't had no super soldier serum. That just really hurt his little feelings. I mean, he was saddened. So pretty much right after that, he took that serum. Next scene, we see them. They meet back up. Carly calls Sarah, Sam's sister, and says, hey, like, I need you to relay this information. Yada, yada, yada. She feels threatened, of course, because he said, you and your kids can hang out, back at that dock y'all got. Because we see in the scene earlier before, Carly tells Sam, like, you should be fighting to keep your house. So Carly already is aware of Sam and his struggle and what he's going through too. That was cool to see that, she's, beside her being emotional and just running around and, really focusing on one thing, that she does have some sort of strategy. So that was cool to see that she is competent. And they go meet up with Carly, give her the coordinates, whatever. And they start talking. Then they see that New Cap is on the move, so they kind of dip on her. So New Cap and Hoskins end up in the building. They end up separating. For some reason, Hoskins wants to play hero. He ends up getting trapped. New Cap really shows that he basically already took the serum, because there's one of the flag smashers who, of course, is taking the serum, and like he's pretty much handles him. Of course, the serum is going to amplify what you already have. So what he already has is a lot of rage and a lot of military skill anyway. So all that gets amplified. Sam sees him and says, like, yo, what did you do? So Sam has an idea that he took the serum. And then they go back, find Hoskins. Everybody meets up, and it's a brawl. Hoskins tries to save Cap, because Carla's coming for Cap, because they basically trying to separate them, trying to kill Captain America, fake Cap. And Hoskins tries to save fake Cap. He tackles Carly. Carly basically grabs him and throws him against like a column, like a concrete column, and he dies. Everybody slips away. Fake Cap is is raging. So he finds one of them and basically does a reverse Cap with from Civil War, and just crushes him, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, it wasn't me. Still kills him. And then, of course, going back to the beginning of the episode with the name of the episode, the world is watching, and everybody's outside, on their phone, recording the whole thing. And that's kind of where the episode ends. You see fake Cap, blood on the shield. And that kind of encompasses the entirety of this show so far. Like, what legacy do you want to leave? And it seems like fake Cap don't care. he just trying to do the job the best way he knows how, and the best way he knows how is him choosing violence today, and that's what he did. All right, a couple callbacks I want to talk about. So after Dora Milaje crushed fake Cap, the Civil War theme from when Cap and Iron Man had their fight, that plays in the background. The fake Cap comes in the door at the end of the building, like when him and Hoskins came through. It's very similar to Steve in the first Avenger with the shield and the gun. Buck catches a knife in midair. Of course, that's a callback from his knife play in The Winter Soldier. Superhero line for Cap. Another cool thing I caught too, Isle's real name in the credits. So you go to there's no after credit, but you go to the credits and watch her name. Her name is Florence Kasumba. Changes from Wakandan to English in the credits. So similar they did in the credit sequence for Black Panther. And The credit sequence shows the code to unlock the Winter Soldier, so that the frame you see like the words from how to unlock the Winter Soldier behind her. Of course, she does that at the beginning of the show when she's trying to prove that he's been free from the mind control. I said enough. That's all I got. If you enjoyed the episode, please comment below. Let us know. Of course, only 2 more of these left, and then we got a little bit of wait until your boy Loki pops up. Like, share, subscribe, all the good things. Be back next Friday with another review. All the spoilers all the time. Oh yeah, it's getting real good. We're almost at basically falling action from here on out until we get to the resolution. And it's Marvel, so some things ain't gonna resolve at all. All right, till next time.